It's Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by GBM Sports' Izzy Asif. Izzy, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good mate. Good. Rainy Sheffield. But we're here, Preston done. It's the way now and it's fight night. Nearly there.
How does this rank in terms of the shows you've done so far, especially since linking up with DAZN? You've got obviously Quartermain against Bateson in the main event. Is this one of the deeper shows, the more stacked shows?
Yeah, look, we had a great show last time with Shaquille Thompson, River Wilson, Ben, Reese Moore, Ryan Walsh, Maxi Hughes, Huey Fury. We had some great cards, but this is the one I can't call. With the last one, I thought Shaquille were favourites, but Jack Bateson and Danny Quartermain, I've sat on the fence with it. I got asked the question, who's going to win? We promote Danny Quartermain, but this is a really equally poised top of the bill. Also, chief support with Levi Giles and Kev Ashford. Great top of the card, 50-50, super featherweight fights.
Yeah, great stuff. And now you're on the zone. What does that mean in terms of what you're able to do? Not just in terms of financially, but does it make you more aspirational, more ambitious?
Of course, this is massive, the biggest sporting platform in the world. Your Queensbury, your Matchroom, they're all going to be there on there next year. And for us to be associated with them kind of brands and names and been up there for we're almost a new promotion. We've only been in existence 3 years. It's a kind of a pinch of yourself moment. And I think being commercially has helped us massively. Our sponsors are coming through. Fighters want to be on the card. They want to be on a platform. Remember, fighters want to be showcase what they've got because they're building their brand as well. And since we announced the DAZN deal and the great push we get from them, not just socials, but the numbers online, it's made our life so much easier and grown us as a brand massively.
And getting a TV deal is obviously an important landmark on the way. Where do you want to get to? What are the other landmarks? What are you looking to achieve now that's in place?
I've made no secret. I want to mix with the best promoters in the country. I want to be there with your top three in the country, and I want to be associated with them. I want to be mixing fighters with them, putting shows on, collaborating with them. But I'm all about collaboration and working with your Hearns and your Warrens and your Shaloms. I'm not coming here with an ego where me. I want to deliver. I want the fans to get what they want, and that only happens like you see now in the Middle East where promoters collaborate and work together. And I've always had a strong ethos about working with different promoters and giving the fans what they want, and we'll carry that on. But yeah, I'm not in this game just to tick along and pick a wage up. I want to be up there with the best. And we've only been at it 3 years, and I seem to think we've had a decent ride so far.
So what does it take to get there so you are up there with the Hearns and the Warrens? Because at the moment you're putting on really good quality events. Production values are good. You've got a great commentary team, for example. PR's
Yeah.
obviously in place now as well. So you're making all those steps. You're not there yet. So what are the additional steps you need to take?
Them big names. And that happens with the finance. And I always say, as a promoter, you're only as good as your budget you get from the broadcasters. You give me the same money as Hearns or Warrens. I'll beat anybody in the country. I can promote well. I know what good fights are made. In the last two shows, I've actually matchmade the top of the bill myself. I know what a good fight is. I've 21 years invested in this sport. I know what makes fights. I know what commercially make good fights, marketing good fights, and we've done it. And I knew Jack Bates and Danny Quartermain will sell well and he'll captivate the fans out there, and he's done that. And we need the big names. We'll get them. It's a slowly growing kind of progression with that. We're not there yet, but it's progression. Like I said earlier on, what we've done in 3 years is not heard of. Nobody in British boxing had ever heard of GBM in 3 years, and now there's nobody in British boxing that don't know GBM, and it's a great achievement. But we're not ready to put the towel down yet. We're ready to go again. And 2025 is going to be a massive year, and one I'm looking forward to.
And being on the same platform as Matchroom and from April next year as Queensbury as well, how does that benefit you guys?
It's massive. I've always said this, like you see a lot of rivalry and back and forth on socials. It's not my style. I'm about working together, collaborating, making the fights happen, give the fighters what they want. And now that we're under one broadcasting umbrella, it's going to make things so much easier. And I think in 2025, you're going to see a lot of collaboration, and you'll see GBM and Matchroom and Queensbury doing stuff together. We've got the same broadcaster. We're ultimately financed by the same people. So they're going to want us to work together closer than ever before. And I think to be amongst them guys at Queensbury and the experience they've got in the game and what they've achieved, it's massive and humbling as well to say we've achieved so much in a short space of time.
Now, another way where you can gain on those kind of other guys is obviously signing bigger names. And that's no disrespect to the current stable. Is there anyone
Yeah.
out there at the moment that would elevate your product in that way? Anyone that you've looked at and thought, yeah, if we could get someone like that, that would be a big statement.
Yeah, look. Of course, I understand the levels of fighters, and I know you're not being disrespectful when you're saying that. And we've got a certain level of fighters and great levels, like Shaquille Thompson and Kieran Malloy could be future world champions. They should be future world champions. But there was talks about Billy Joe Saunders coming back on a GBM card. Something like that. We understand we've got to make a big splash in a statement, but that'll
Exactly.
come as we grow as a brand, as I grow as a promoter. We're learning all the time and building our experience and our roster of fighters will improve and will come. There's no rush, and we want to be ready when it comes. But we've had an unbelievable year this year. There's been massive growth, and DAZN been a big factor in that. Adam Smith was a great signing for us. Bought his vast experience from Sky Sports for a right move at the right time. I just feel like we've just made the right moves at the right time, and it's going to be hard to do because it's a tough old business, boxing promotion, and we keep pushing and growing. But let's see what next year brings. I think there's some exciting nights, and we've got some huge news coming and all in a couple of weeks.
Now we talked we talked about kind of monumental achievements, getting a TV deal, perhaps signing a big name like Billy Joe Saunders or someone similar. February 22nd sees what's already looking like the best show of next year.
Yeah.
It was announced this week. Just huge title fight after title fight. Everyone's looking forward to it. Getting one of your fighters on a Riyadh season show, would that count as like a big statement for you guys?
Yeah, that's going to happen. We've got the fighters out building the records, and we know it's all about. You've seen Turkey or Czech work with anybody. When they're ready, we'll put them in there. But I've got to also look at the well-being of the fighter. I don't want to just throw a fighter in there when they're not ready just for the financial game. You've got to look at what's right for the fight at the right time. And when that call comes, I'm sure it'll happen very soon. And we'll have fighters out there in Riyadh season and fighting on these big cards. And that's going to be a monumental kind of achievement. To be fair, when I look back at it from where I've come from and my kind of family background and a lot of backstory that I've got, but I'm not really told out there, it's a great achievement just to be here. It really is, honestly, to be sat here 2 years later where we're putting big shows on DAZN, got titles after titles on. It's a great achievement. And I've got a young team that's learning as well. And they've got a lot of credit to take for this and all because they delivered on many kind of segments, and we just keep pushing and we enjoy it and we bring our style. We don't really replicate anybody. We do it GBM style. Whether it's a knockout bonus, whether it's 3 titles on, and whether it's doing whatever we're doing, we do it our way. And I think we made a bit of an impact in British boxing.
And from your own competitive career, which promoter that you worked with or that you met, would you say you learned the most from?
I was promoted by Dennis Hobson, so I've learned a lot of Dennis, and I've always got time for him. But I boxed on a Frank Maloney card as well, so I've watched the Hearns and the Warrens. I've learned a bit off everybody. I just believe in life you can take something from everybody, and whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you can learn something from it. And I feel like I take something from everybody, and I bring my own style, I bring Izzy Asif style, and that's what I bring. Like I love how Eddie kind of can freelance it and don't take no any notes. I do the similar kind of thing. I love the resilience and the experience of Frank Warren when he's constantly in the game after people doubt and he comes back. I love the youth of Ben Shalom, how he's kind of come from this kid from Manchester. All of a sudden, he's got the biggest contract in box. I think you can learn from all promoters, and you never know enough as a human, as a promoter, as a man. You never know enough. You're always learning, and I'm just on the job learning, but I'm enjoying it, and we're living the dream. And not many people can say they live the dream for a living, and that's what we're doing at the moment, and we'll keep pushing it.
And without naming names, highlight something you saw promoters doing wrong when you were on the way up. Something you saw and you thought, if I'm ever a promoter, I'm not going to do that.
Just tell me you want me to slag somebody off, and I'll slag somebody off. Make it easy.
No one specific, but just like a
No, I'm
lesson
joking.
learned from seeing someone do it the wrong way.
So like obviously the certain promoters put fighters in fighters too early, or kept them with a padded record for too long, and when they had a fight, they weren't there on the levels. I understand that also, so I want to make sure I don't repeat these kind of things as a promoter. And then talking to the fighters and doing what's right for them, because they're the stars of the show. Without them, I won't be in business, and it's about looking at their well-being. Yeah, I'm in here to make a few quid. Everybody wants to earn a few quid, but it's not the be-all, end-all. It's about enjoying the journey, doing the right things, and hopefully build a legacy and a brand that people look up to and think, they achieved massive, and that means a lot to me.
Great stuff, mate. Really appreciate it. Best of luck, obviously, with Friday night and for 2025 as well, because it'll be a busy year.
Saturday night, just in case, live on the
Oh,
zone.
sorry, did I say Friday?
Only
Saturday
place,
night.
only place to watch it. The home of combat box sport, home of boxing. Biggest sporting platform in the world this Saturday. All tickets are sold out. Sorry, guys. tune in to DAZN this Saturday.
Saturday, definitely not Friday. Really
Oh,
appreciate it, mate. And yeah, best of
no
luck.
problem.
Take
Thank
care.
you.